So strange. I got locked out of one of my bank accounts today, or actually I realized I was locked out today. I don't know when I actually got locked out, but I was locked out of one of my bank accounts. And it was an interesting situation that I want to tell you guys about. Not only being locked out, but the reason why I was locked out, what I had to do to regain access to a substantial amount of money in this account. What actually happened while trying to do that that really caught me off guard, that happened while I was on the phone with this bank, and what I'm going to do moving forward now that this is done, now that it's happened, and what I want to do with all the money in the bank that ultimately I want to protect. And share this with you guys as a way to help you to avoid what just happened to me, in case you find yourself in a similar situation. And share with you something that was extremely odd that happened at the exact same time that this was going on to my wife, Michelle, Squirrel Tribe 2.0 or Squirrel Tribe Shorts, whichever channel you're watching her on now. Really alarming, folks. Really alarming what's going on out there with the banks and with our money. And overall, in general, we got a lot to cover here. Let's get into it. So, Michelle and I are actually heading to, we're gonna go find a location to shoot or have our live stream. We got a live stream scheduled here in just a few minutes. But I want to tell you guys about what just happened to me. What's interesting is that while this was happening to me, something equally odd and strange was happening to you.
Okay.
But basically what happened, I had this account for probably 4 years, and I honestly forgot about it. And I was doing some taxes or getting ready to do some taxes, and this is one of my business accounts, and I had to gain access to this account. So I'm going to tell you guys a story about what happened, everything start to finish. I'll let you guys be the judge of what you think about what the banks are doing. But I log in as usual to this bank. Now, this is a smaller bank. I'm not going to say it's like a small bank or community bank, because they used to be a smaller bank. I'm not going to tell you exactly what bank it was either, because I just don't want that kind of publicity. So it used to be a smaller bank, and I'm trying to remember what they were called. I don't remember what they were called, but they got bought out probably 2 years ago. They probably got bought out about 2 years ago, and that changed the name. So now they're a little bit bigger. But I also consider the bank relatively smaller based on the account numbers. My account number is like 6 digits, when in comparison to like Bank of America, I think it's like 10 or 12 digits. So it gives you an idea how many accounts they have. So anyway, I go to log into this bank online, and it asks me, it's got a lot of different layers of security, which is cool. It's actually not like Bank of America. It's not like Wells Fargo. It's not like some of these other big corporate banks where literally I can, just log in with like coughing on the phone, basically. And it's got a lot of layers of security, which is fine. It's like somewhat annoying because they don't make sense, but it's for your protection, I think. So I go to log in, and it says you're logging in from a new computer, which makes sense. My MacBook Air was relatively new. I've never used it to access this bank or this website or whatever. So it's like, we don't recognize the computer. We need to send you a code to your phone number. So I had to text. They text the code, or they could have called and did the AI the AI bot voice and talk to you, but I just said do a text and just send the code. So they do, and I get it, and I put it in, and it says unsuccessful. I'm like, all right, maybe I typed it wrong. I do it again, and again it's unsuccessful. I'm like, I probably didn't type it wrong twice. I do it again, and each time they generate a new code. So I'm being very, very careful to make sure that I'm putting in the right code. And again, it's unsuccessful. So it says call if you can't log in. Okay, so I call. And this is where things get really interesting. So I call. The cool thing is it's a smaller bank. So I didn't have to wait on hold to reach customer service. That was a plus. Again, on customer service, I tell them it was 2 menu options, and I'm talking to a person. Very efficient. The person was very nice, and they go through their security measures to verify my identity over the phone. And right when we're getting to the last security code or the security measure, security question, as I go to answer it, the phone shuts off. The phone just ends the call. I'm like, now this is important, really important, and ties into you, but we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Again, smaller bank. So the plus side, this is a dangerous intersection. I wanted to go around them. I've been sitting here, but I can't see past them. If I would have did it, then I would have got hit, or you would have got hit. So sometimes people behind you get a little irate when you wait, but it's like, I can't see, so I'm not going. So anyway, I called back and I said I had a problem logging in and I need to get help, but I got disconnected. And they said, oh, is this Kevin? I said, yeah. So the plus to the smaller bank was I'm not being outsourced to a call center. She was like, yeah, whoever was helping you, I can't remember her name, said y'all got disconnected. So it was quick and easy to get back on track to where we left off. And what happened, or what ended up, what she told me happened, was the fact that she had to reset my account. And what she said was, I haven't accessed the account in a while. So they basically shut it down. So I couldn't access it. It was kind of strange. But granted, I don't know. I don't know if this was like their plan. This was like a ploy, or them being devious or deceptive. I don't know. Maybe if it was a security measure. Why would a bank lock you out just because you haven't accessed it?
Why would a bank close your account completely because you haven't made a purchase in 7 days?
So yeah. So the problem with this one was, for like some people, there's like 2-3 years worth of salary in this account. And so this is not like, now I'm a little kind of uneasy.
Did they take anything? Is it all there?
But at the same time, like I said, I got to take the money out of the banks. I got to take the money out of banks, and this is part of the process. And this is only one. There's only one, okay? And which I said, if you guys want to know why I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, where it's going, diversity and security, we can talk about that. I actually had a list of everything. I'll share with you guys in a minute when I stop driving. I'll share it with you. But they locked it. They shut it down because I haven't used it in a while. She reset it, and now I was able to access it. After she reset it, I said, she reset it, and she goes, here's your new password. I said, I didn't have a problem with my password. I couldn't get in because the code y'all text me didn't work. And she was like, no, that is automatic. You were locked out of your account because of inactivity. I don't know if it had anything to do with the amount of money that was in the account or whatever, or me personally, I don't know. But I've never had any issues with this bank before. But she said I had to reset you, so you have a new password, now you'll get in. And I was like, well, sit on the phone with me until I get back in and make sure it actually works this time. And it did. But the big thing was when I was on the phone and they just hung up on me, or the phone hung up. I thought they hung up on me. The phone hung up. But the crazy part was my phone told me, it said, unable to access the network. So just ironic, eerie, spooky timing. I was now happy that the bank didn't just hang up on me as I was trying to provide them with this information, because when the phone cut off, I was like, oh snap, they don't want me to get back in my account. So but after I got disconnected and I saw that it said unable to access the network, I was like, all right, the bank didn't hang up on me, so that's a plus. So I'm sitting at the table working on the computer, and I Google, phone unable to access the network, and it says, if you got an Android, restart the phone, maybe you got to take the SIM card out or whatever. So I just restart the phone, and I hadn't restarted the phone in like a week, so I just restarted the phone. Sometimes this technology is quirky, so I restarted the phone and I was able to call them back, so my phone was working fine. But Michelle comes back home. She wasn't home at the time. She was out shopping at Publix
and Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, but Publix at the time.
Publix is where I was, yeah.
And she said, did the power go out? And I was like, nah, the power didn't go out, but my phone died. And she was like, huh, why?
Because I'm standing in Publix. I'm in the frozen breakfast item section, going to get some Kodak Power protein waffles, whatever they're called. And
Tasty.
as I opened the door, literally the entire store went pitch black. I have never been in anything so dark in my entire life. Everything shut off, pitch black. And then all of a sudden the lights pop back on, and every single alarm you could possibly imagine starts screaming. All the alarms are going off in the place. The lights are back on, the frozen section, food sections are back on. And what's funny is not a single employee stopped moving. Lights come back on, I look up and dude is still putting wines in the wine racks, and then I go to the next aisle and they're still putting the chips in the stuff, and I get up to the registers and the registers are back on. It's working just fine. They're checking people out, and it was weird. And then I get a text from my kid that says, hey, all of our power just went out at school. And then I get a text from another friend that says, hey, our power went out at our store. And it's just really weird that at the same time all of the power went out seems to coincide with exactly when his phone died.
Yeah, which is like, I wouldn't think that the phone towers are tied to the grid like that, but maybe the 5G towers, because you see the 5G towers all over the sides of the hotels and stuff. But it was I mean, you couldn't make this up. I wonder
what else went out of service while I was in the store. Like outside, did all of the stoplights, street lights, everything, did they blip at the same time?
But our power didn't go off.
Well, in my little section.
But like our power didn't go off, but my phone died.
So then the tower for your phone?
And then the safe, you said the safe.
Oh, so, and then one of the safe, so as I'm checking out, as I'm at this register checking out, the girl who's ringing me out, she's like, yeah, the safe, that's the alarm you hear is for the safe. When it malfunctions, it won't work. Like it won't lock or whatever. And so I'm sitting there thinking, are you telling me that the safe at Publix, well, I don't know what's in the safe, but are you telling me right now that it is open and non-lockable while it's like screaming? This seems like a really good time to get robbed. Not for them, obviously, or for anybody, but it was just the way she said it, and it just made me think.
No, it's really strange. I think we have some serious consideration that needs to be taken as far as security, national security. Yeah. But personal security, which is, like I said, this is like all tying into what I was talking about as far as taking my money out of the banks.
This is gonna be so cool.
Do you want to leave them in the car?
No, I'll carry them, because if it's cool, I'm putting them back on.
Taking money out of the banks. And remember, folks, diversity and security. So I'm gonna wrap this up soon because we got a live stream coming up in like 15 minutes. And I don't want to postpone it, but I do want to share with you guys the list that I was telling you guys about. If you hadn't seen it on my other video, I'm going to share with you the list that I've got.
Oh, there's a lot of rocks over here and shells.
You notice it when you're barefoot.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
Is it cold?
No, it's not cold. Not compared to this morning when I went and recorded on the beach. It was freezing cold. So this area is a little bit different. We're not going to get the crashing waves because lapping waves over there.
We're in a different spot. I'm gonna show you something. Over here. But we're in a different spot here, so we don't get crashing waves. But we get water, we get boats, we get yachts. We get all of this funness. Look how big those boats are. Oh yeah, those are massive yachts.
Coming by.
Oh wow. Pretty cool looking sailboat.
This is like my favorite spot.
But yeah, I wanted to share with you guys, not only I want to show you something over here, but I want to share with you this list I've got that I'm going to make a full video on with explanations and information for anybody who's interested.
Hey, it doesn't smell weird today. One little spot.
About where the next move, the next step, the plan. Oh man, it's not doing it today.
The smell?
Oh, okay, so the water is calmer today. So I'll show you guys when we get over there. The water is much calmer today than it was the other day. And the other day we came over here, or I came over here, you weren't here. And the rocks, like it was splashing up over the rocks.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's the day that it was like crazy waves down on the shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but real quick, part of the plan is not just to hide the money and squirrel it away, no pun intended, but you know, making more money. And part of that includes, like I said, full video coming. Part of that includes YouTube, consulting, affiliate sponsors, affiliates and sponsors, paid promotions, freelance contracting, and cash flow and cash flowing assets. What are you doing?
Putting my foot in your foot. Your foot is so big compared to mine. But this way I won't step on any rocks or whatever because you push them down.
I didn't know that was the plan. Okay, here we go. Stay with me.
Sorry.
Oh, now you're not doing it. Freelance contracting, cash flowing assets, UGC, which is really important, user generated content, content licensing. I actually had somebody reach out to me yesterday, a member on the channel and a member of the network, and they have a few ideas and businesses that they want to promote, as well as I think 2 YouTube channels they want to get started, which is really, really good for a lot of reasons. It's important, in my opinion, and is a great way to produce income and protect and supplement. But I've also got content licensing, networking, reinvesting, and most importantly, these are business tools and assets that can produce more revenue and ultimately lower my tax burden, my tax liability, my taxable income, or at least my business's taxable income before it gets transferred in a K1 as, you know, personal adjusted gross income. And then spending less, becoming more frugal, and renegotiating a lot of these expenses that we have on a regular basis that we're probably paying too much for, that they bank on through these 12-month contracts or whatever length they are. Now they're going 13. They're making them these weird numbers, these odd numbers, so people forget to cancel and renew and renegotiate, and then they lose the promotional rate and they pay a whole lot more. As well as budgeting, it kind of goes without saying, it's like no-brainer, and then paying off debt, the little bit that we've got, and saving. Most importantly, diversity. The banks, huge deal there. Cash, credit unions, a variety of business holdings, security, cold storage and cold storage vaults, cryptocurrency, digital dollars. CBDC is a thing. You don't want to wait until it happens. You want to be prepared before it happens. And as well as other investments and investing. A lot of beginners out there asking questions about investing. I'll make new videos for those to answer those questions. Stocks, ETFs, crypto, tech, time. Investing your time. Investing your time and time, not like a timeshare, but
horrible idea.
I'll go into greater detail on that later. Investing in your knowledge and your education, investing in myself. Real estate, talent, and innovation. These are all huge investments. And besides real estate, investing in myself has probably paid off the most. Staying safe, staying liquid. Also realizing when I need to be liquid, because I don't need all the capital right now. So now is the time where I want to send the money out to work to bring back more money, and ultimately passive income streams, producing money, income, revenue while I sleep. So that is just a short breakdown. Like I said, a full video coming soon. If you guys are interested, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the alerts so you're notified when the videos go up. They go up pretty frequently. And also check out Justin's channel. I posted a video with him earlier, and he's a pretty cool guy. He's down here in Destin. He's a retired U.S. Army vet, helicopter pilot, EMS pilot, girl dad,
yeah, girl dad.
extreme patriot, and just all around good guy, business owner, small business owner, and in my opinion, a tactical and practical prepper mixed with the business owner. It's just like a complete package, full circle. And he's actually getting started making his content and his videos to share his knowledge and his experience with the world. So go check him out. Support local family-owned business, support our vets, and be careful out there with the banks. Be careful when you go to Publix,
because you just need to carry a flashlight everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, and if there's anything that I left out that you guys want to know more about, comment down below. Let me know. Oh, the sailboat's coming.
Sailboating.
He's coming around. He's moving. All right, guys. Here you can see a little bit. It's not as crazy as it was the other day, but it was smashing up against these rocks, and it looked really cool. Like it was coming up like really. It was like that moment from Free Willy where the kid was standing on the rocks.
Oh, I was gonna say Little Mermaid, where she jumps up on the rock and the water goes around her.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Free Willy.
If I would have said Little Mermaid, people would look at me funny. I'd lose like.
They would know you're a girl
I'd lose
dad.
some subscribers.